Good morning. This reflection is called Rice for Peace. Howard Zinn writes, "We don't have to engage in grand, heroic actions to participate in the process of change. Small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world." David H. Halbert writes from People Power Applying Nonviolence Theory. He writes this story. In the mid-1950s, the Pacifist Fellowship of Reconciliation, learning of famine in the Chinese mainland, launched a Feed Thine Enemy campaign. Members and friends mailed thousands of little bags of rice to the White House with a tag quoting scripture, "If thine enemy hungry, feed him." As far as anyone knew, for more than 10 years, the campaign was an abject failure. The president did not acknowledge receipt of the bags publicly. Certainly no rice was ever sent to China. What non-violent activists learning a decade later was that the campaign played a significant, perhaps even determining role in preventing nuclear war. Twice during the campaign, President Eisenhower met with the Joint Chiefs of Staff to consider US options in the conflict with China, which centered on two islands, Quemoy and Matsu. On both occasions, the Joint Chiefs recommended the use of nuclear weapons. Each time, President Eisenhower turned to his aide and asked how many little bags of rice had come in. When told they numbered in tens of thousands, Eisenhower told the generals that as long as so many Americans were expressing active interest in having the US feed the Chinese, he certainly wasn't going to consider using nuclear weapons against them. It's interesting, isn't it? Small acts of kindness change the direction of a nation. Who knows what acts of kindness would do in other people's lives? A small bag of rice. So can I encourage you this day to find little ways that you can actually make a stand for what is right. You never know what your stand will lead to.